What if you could walk through a city where the streets you see today have been here for centuries? That's Edinburgh, a city shaped by castles, kings, battles, and a history that still lives in its winding medieval streets.
Today, we're exploring Scotland's capital to see what makes Edinburgh so special, from its iconic landmarks to the hidden corners that make you feel like you've stepped back in time.
Good morning, everyone. We are Robin and Graham. There is no better way to get to know a new city than by doing a free walking tour.
So we've come to Greyfriars statue, which is the meeting point.
This is going to be a walking tour that we have never done before because not only do we have a host, but we also have a cute little dog that is going to lead us around.
Paul, good boy, Ben. Good boy. That's a very good way to get to be friends with a dog. Is it 6 adults altogether? Wonderful.
This was probably one of the cutest tours we've done on our travels. Once we were introduced to our guide Neve and her adorable dachshund Baffy, we headed off to explore. Our first stop of the day was to learn about Edinburgh's most famous dog, Greyfriars Bobby. Story goes that Bobby belonged to John Grey, a night watchman with the Edinburgh City Police. When John passed away in 1858, Bobby reportedly refused to leave his master's grave, returning to the same spot every day for the next 14 years, until the end of his own life. Whether every detail of the story is fact or legend, Bobby's loyalty captured the hearts of Edinburgh, and his story has become an important part of the city's history. It was then time to follow Neve and Baffy deeper into the city center to see what other stories we could uncover along the way.
We have just come to, I believe, the center or the start of the Royal Mile.
Yeah.
Now, it's definitely one of the more popular things to walk in Edinburgh.
Definitely.
And it is called the Royal Mile because at each end in Old Edinburgh, it had 2 royal houses. And she let us know that it's actually technically a little bit more than a mile, but they still call it the Royal Mile. Our guide is so fabulous. She is so knowledgeable and so fun to listen to. A couple fun facts. We have learned that the national animal in Scotland is a unicorn.
Didn't know that.
Didn't know that. And that's because, we should probably walk because our group is walking away from us. And that is because a unicorn is the only animal that can defeat a lion. And a lion is England's national animal.
John Knox was a complete reformer of history and religion here in Scotland. Has very good things, has very bad things. Was buried 30 feet from the church that he ran and is now turned into a car park. Spot number 23. It's a famous philosopher here from Edinburgh, and you rub his toe for good luck because he was a believer in rationalism and skepticism and that nothing happens for a reason and there's no luck. So, of course, with Scottish humor, as our guide said, you rub his toe for luck every day.
One kiss and then we sever. If it will last forever, deep in heart-wrung tears await thee. What in sighs and groans I'll give to thee.
Our next stop is the place that inspired Diagon Alley from Harry Potter. After a quick lunch and honestly a quick nap as well, it is time to hit the National Museum of Scotland.
Fun fact for you. Well, first of all, let me give context. Graham and I did not go to the history of Scotland. We got stuck in the science and technology and then the nature part because, I mean, we just really enjoy that. Fun fact for you. You need 1,800 people to weigh just as much as a blue whale, but the museum is closing, so we have to go. That museum was fantastic.
Phenomenal.
It was huge, and there were so many different components to it. Like,
Yeah.
you could have spent so many hours in there, but we got there just before 4. The museum closed at 5, so we had an hour to walk
Yeah.
around, and I maybe saw a fraction.
You could literally spend all day exploring in there, and I don't think you'd get bored just from the variety, like Robin said, of different exhibits. Best part, completely free. That is just so amazing. It was loaded with families.
Yeah.
I imagine both locals and tourists, and it wasn't crowded. Just, yeah, phenomenal experience.
It's something that Scotland does, I think, for a majority of their museums. At least that's what our guide was saying, is that they're free, and that is just such a fabulous way to go.
Yeah.
But this is actually the first location where we have another day here, so we are not done exploring Edinburgh. We're gonna spend the evening with family, hanging out, maybe going to a pub, so we will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everyone. It is a little bit of a cast over, colder day today, but we're still gonna have a lot of fun.
We have come to the Edinburgh Castle, which is one of the top things to do here in Edinburgh, so let's check it out.
Well, our tour was 40 minutes outside and it rained the entire time. Thankfully, it has stopped. So where our tour actually took us is it kind of showed us all of the different areas leading up to the castle part here. And now she's left, so now we get to explore kind of all the insides by ourselves. We unfortunately did not get a lot of clips on the way up, so we'll show you on the way out because this castle is situated on top of a cliff, so there's one way in and one way out, but I think the family has already started to go in some of the buildings here, so we're gonna go join them.
We just came out of the chapel, which is the oldest building in all of Edinburgh, and features of it date back to the 11th century. It's crazy.
After a quick bite to eat, it is time to enjoy the rest of the afternoon. I'm very glad that the sun is out because it was quite cold this morning.
Yeah.
But it's getting a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
The wind's still a little bit chilly.
But it's not bad, and I think it's going to be a great afternoon for exploring. We only have one afternoon left here in Edinburgh, so the group is splitting up. More like me and my family are going to check out some other areas, while Robin fills her cup up by checking out some bookstores.
Yes, this is something that I was looking forward to, is going into all of the little local bookshops here in the secondhand bookshops. So that's what I'm going to do for most of my afternoon. I don't think you guys are going to find it as interesting, so you're going to go with Graham and his family, and then I will come back a little bit later.
As Robin explores her bookshops on the Royal Mile, my family and I walked down the street a little bit to the Tron Market, which was full of different artisanal crafts and souvenirs and things like that. And now we are making our way to Dean's Village, which is supposed to be a really beautiful area of the city. So we made it to the Dean Village area, and you're probably wondering what it really is. It's really just a neighborhood here in Edinburgh that is absolutely beautiful, super picturesque, and has a wonderful little river that runs through the middle of it. I also just learned that Dean Village is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I'm super impressed by Dean Village. I absolutely love the river and the nature and all of the old architecture all put together. Makes for a really, really calm and peaceful place here in Edinburgh. Dean Village was super impressive and was not what I expected, but every corner we went around was incredible to look at with great views. But I think we're gonna put the camera away until we reunite with Robin. We have officially reunited, and it feels good to be back with Robin.
I had a wonderful time walking around looking at the bookshops. I visited Edinburgh's oldest bookshop, I believe it was called Blackwell's, and then I visited a whole bunch of secondhand bookstores where there was such a huge variety of really old books that I was allowed to look at. So it was just a really great time. If you're wondering where we are heading, I feel like there's one thing we've missed on this trip so far, and that is to go to a pub to listen to some live music. So that's where we're heading.
But other than that, that wraps up our time here in Edinburgh. We have had a wonderful time in this city.
I would say the only thing that I would change about our time here is I probably would say you could do the castle tour by yourself.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we gained a substantial amount of information from the short 35-minute tour that we had, but other than that, I've absolutely loved everything we've done.
But our Scotland road trip starts tomorrow. We head to the airport to pick up our vehicle.
So we hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give us a like, leave us a comment, and hit the subscribe button so that you can follow all of our Scotland adventures. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!
Style. Yeah. You're good? You look good? I'm gonna be the smartest person around. Why?
Why?
Because I got all the information. With some speed. Holy moly. You gotta get out of there.
Are you videoing, Greg?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Go, Dad, go.
Oh, Graham.
Mom thought that this fence was solid, but it's not, so she fell into the bush.
Broke the stick.